And there's a brother named DL Hughley.
Yep.
And until he take accountability, I won't let it go.
What?
Because
I'm a solid dude.
Yep. We've been working together how many years now?
My family loves me.
that because we know how this business works.
Right.
So when you allow that to happen, what do you think is going to come back your way?
It's the brewing storm shaking the whole comedy game right now. Lil Boosie, Katt Williams, and Monique are suddenly moving in the same direction against none other than DL Hughley. But what's really behind this fiery feud? Word on the street is Boosie's recent rant wasn't just random. It was aimed right at Hughley's so-called fake integrity. People are asking, what made Boosie jump into this? And why now? See, DL Hughley's career has always looked squeaky clean from the outside, but that image might be cracking. Even the biggest names in the business aren't safe from the spotlight when the streets start talking. Now, Boosie and Katt Williams are calling him out loud and clear. No filters, no mercy. Fans are torn between loyalty and disbelief, wondering if this could actually mark the fall of Hughley's long-respected reputation. This isn't just beef. This feels like the start of a comedy civil war. And the tension? It exploded after a wave of truth bombs dropped on Shannon Sharpe's club Shay Shay. That's where Katt Williams and Monique lit the match and set the industry ablaze. Millions tuned in to hear them unleash the truth. No sugarcoating.
All lies will be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them, it don't matter.
He didn't stop there either. He peeled back the curtain on the industry's dark secrets, throwing shade on everything from shady deals to Hollywood's hidden power players. And when he brought up Harvey Weinstein and the twisted politics behind fame, you could feel the air shift. It wasn't just comedy anymore. It was confession mixed with confrontation, and everyone watching knew this storm's just getting started. And sure, some might side-eye Katt Williams, questioning if he's always telling the full story. But one thing's undeniable. When he talks, the whole industry listens. His words hit like punches, and nobody walks away untouched. Then came Monique's turn on Club Shay Shay, and she didn't just echo Katt's fire, she matched it with her own unapologetic truth. From her heated feud with DL Hughley to her headline-making lawsuit against Netflix, Monique stood tall, fearless, and unfiltered. She laid it all out, no hesitation, no sugarcoating. She called out Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and even Tiffany Haddish, shining a bright light on the discrimination she's faced as a Black woman in Hollywood.
Something you wish you were better at.
Dealing with liars.
Her words weren't just powerful, they were personal. Raw wounds turned into warnings for an industry that loves to silence its boldest voices. It was a tour de force moment, a masterclass in standing your ground when the world tells you to sit down. But then came the real jaw-dropper. Monique dropped a bomb that shook Hollywood to its core. She announced a brand new partnership with none other than Katt Williams, a joint live experience called the Dark Matter Tour. Fans went wild. Monique described it as a family mission, a movement built on truth, unity, and straight-up courage. When the tour hit New York and Connecticut, the energy was unreal. Laughter bounced off the walls, but beneath every joke was a message, deep, sharp, and defiant. This wasn't just comedy anymore, it was a cultural rebellion. Monique and Katt weren't just performing, they were reclaiming their power. And to really understand how massive this moment is, you gotta see the history behind it. Years of backroom politics, blacklists, and public betrayals all led to this alliance. Because while Katt Williams and Monique might be the loudest truth-tellers in the game right now, not everyone in Hollywood is cheering them on. And that tension? It's only growing louder. Enter DL Hughley, the man right in the middle of this storm, fanning the flames hotter than ever. His name's been echoing through the comedy scene for all the wrong reasons, turning whispers into full-blown chaos. The drama between Monique and Hughley didn't just appear out of nowhere. It all traces back to that unforgettable night in Detroit at the Fox Theater. That's where everything exploded. Monique hit the stage on fire, calling Hughley out right in front of the crowd.
When we know something is wrong, everything Katt Williams sat here and said,
Right.
we all know it to be the truth. What does that make those kind of people, Shannon? What does it make those kind of
cowardly.
people? That is cowardly. What do you think? And DL Hughley, please no, brother, we still love you. Just take accountability for it, and we move forward.
With raw emotion and a voice full of frustration, she accused him of plotting to push her out of the headlining spot, and she didn't hold back one bit. DL didn't want to go on if I was headlining, she shouted, and the crowd went wild. It wasn't just a performance, it was a public showdown, and everyone watching knew they were witnessing something historic. But Hughley wasted no time clapping back. He jumped on Instagram with receipts, insisting the tickets themselves proved the lineup order. He flat out denied every word Monique said and fired shots right back, claiming she was twisting the truth. He even hinted that her long list of past disputes with Hollywood heavyweights said more about her than about him. That's when the feud hit a new level. Both stars started dropping their own proof, contracts, emails, and angry posts, flooding social media with their versions of the story. Fans were left choosing sides as the whole mess turned from comedy drama to straight-up public warfare. But here's the thing. This fight was never just about who got top billing. No, this was personal. It was pride, power, and reputation all colliding in front of the world. This wasn't just about show contracts anymore. It got deep, real personal, and downright uncomfortable.
When you go somewhere, and every time you go somewhere, a fight breaks out. Every time you're in the news, you suing somebody. I ain't gotta argue. I just be the I am and do what I do.
When Monique sat down on Club Shay Shay, she peeled back every layer of her beef with DL Hughley, and what she revealed hit hard. She told Shannon Sharpe straight up that her resentment didn't come from thin air. It came from years of feeling disrespected and dismissed. She recalled a moment from Hughley's radio show that still stung, a game of would you rather that crossed serious lines. Hughley wasn't even there when it aired, but to Monique, that didn't matter. She felt like the whole thing was a setup, a public jab meant to humiliate her. It wasn't funny, she said. It was disrespect disguised as comedy. You could hear the pain in her voice. This wasn't just old drama. This was a wound that never healed. But what really sent things spiraling was when Monique brought up Hughley's daughter, referencing a past interview where Hughley allegedly cast doubt on his daughter's claims of being abused. That moment sent shockwaves through the industry. Fans gasped, critics recoiled, and even her supporters had to pause. Some thought she went too far. Others said she was forcing Hughley to face his own contradictions. DL didn't let that slide, not for a second. He came swinging back on air, furious and unapologetic. He accused Monique of weaponizing pain and using his family's trauma for publicity. His words dripped with anger and heartbreak as he swore he'd never work with her again. Some lines, he said, you just don't cross. The fallout was brutal. Monique's peers distanced themselves, Hollywood turned colder, and the feud went silent, but never died.
Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints, I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. And so Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy video with her and her daddy. How somebody who has a comedian talks as much about everybody else as she does, she has the temerity to be offended about anything as much as you say about people.
It just simmered in the background, quiet but dangerous, until Club Shay Shay brought it roaring back to life years later. One interview, and all those buried emotions came spilling out again like the fire had never gone out. When Monique sat down with Shannon Sharpe for that explosive Club Shay Shay interview, she didn't hold back a single thing. She cracked open the vault and let all her frustration spill out, raw, emotional, and straight from the heart. Every word hit like a dagger aimed right at DL Hughley's reputation. She accused him of brushing her off during a radio segment, waving away her concerns like they didn't matter, as if her voice carried no weight in the room. The disrespect, she said, ran deep, and she wasn't about to stay quiet anymore. But that wasn't all. Monique went straight for the jugular, bringing up their messy contract dispute again, this time painting Hughley as a master manipulator who schemed behind the scenes to block her success. He wanted control, not collaboration, she declared, her tone dripping with conviction. It wasn't just professional tension, it was betrayal, plain and simple. Of course, Hughley wasn't about to take that lying down. Within hours, he hit Instagram with his own fiery clapback, determined to set the record straight once and for all. He called Monique everything from dishonest to hypocritical and accused her of twisting the truth for attention. But then he went even lower, mocking her appearance and taking cheap shots at her weight and fitness. Fans were stunned. Even people who usually sided with Hughley said this time he crossed the line. It was ugly, personal, and brutally public. Yet through all that chaos, something deeper started bubbling up. People began noticing this feud wasn't just about two comedians trading insults. It was about what Monique's been saying for years, the way Black women are treated in Hollywood. Her accusations of sexism, favoritism, and double standards struck a nerve with countless fans and entertainers who'd felt the same silence forced on them.
He ran up with a rubber band and a towel. Boosie? And ran from the thing, ran back in the arena.
And he was like, man, more people need to talk about how generous Katt Williams is.
Man.
Now, with Hughley doubling down and Monique refusing to back off, the tension has turned into a movement. And the wildest part? As this rivalry hits new heights, unlikely alliances are forming behind the scenes. And they're shaking the comedy world to its core. Lil Boosie, never one to bite his tongue or dodge controversy, just made a bold move that's got the whole entertainment world buzzing. He's officially throwing his support behind Katt Williams, and that's bad news for DL Hughley. Boosie's loyalty runs deep, and this time it's personal. In a heartfelt confession that hit social media like a wave, Boosie opened up about a powerful moment from years ago, one that still gets him emotional to this day. Fresh out of prison, broke, and trying to rebuild his life, Boosie said Katt Williams showed him the kind of love the industry rarely gives. No cameras, no press, just pure heart. Katt reached out, no hesitation, and handed Boosie $15,000. No strings attached. That act of kindness hit Boosie hard. He said, "Katt didn't just give me money, he gave me hope." Fans went crazy after hearing it. They flooded the comments praising Katt for his loyalty and realness. Some even said that one moment proved what kind of man he truly is. Genuine, selfless, and solid when it counts. It's no wonder Boosie's riding with Katt now like family. And with Monique and Katt already teaming up for the Dark Matter tour, Boosie's support just turned this into a full-blown movement. The trio's bond feels unstoppable, a mix of truth-telling, loyalty, and pure chaos aimed right at Hughley's carefully built image. Behind the scenes, whispers say Hughley's team is scrambling, nervous about what might come out next. Because make no mistake, Katt and Boosie know things, real things, and if Hughley keeps poking the bear, those secrets might not stay buried for long. The pressure's building fast, and fans are glued to every new post, every interview, every side-eye on stage. Now the big question, will DL Hughley swallow his pride and make peace before it all blows up? Or will his ego push him over the edge, turning a public feud into a full-blown downfall? Whatever happens next, one thing's crystal clear. Comedy will never look the same after this. I'm riding with Monique because the truth is in the pouting. One fan declared passionately online. Another chimed in, "Speak that truth, Monique. Your courage is gonna help so many newcomers trying to break into this game." That wave of support keeps growing as more people see Monique's voice as a light in an industry that's been way too dark for way too long. For so many aspiring comedians, she's become a symbol, Someone brave enough to say what others only whisper about. But of course, not everyone's rushing to take sides. Before I agree with anyone, I need to hear both sides, another fan wrote. They need to sit both of them down in the same room and let it all out. No cameras, no filters, just truth. And honestly, that's what the whole world wants. The real story, straight from their mouths. Now we want to hear from you. Whose side are you on? Monique's or DL Hughley's? Do you think Monique's telling the full truth, or is there more to this messy story than what's been said? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the convo. This feud's got everyone talking, and it's far from over. And don't forget, hit that like, share, and subscribe button to stay locked in right here on Star T channel for all the latest updates as alliances shift, secrets spill, and Hollywood's funniest faces find themselves caught in one of the wildest showdowns comedy's ever seen.